Here we go.
Do it.
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
Welcome back to Coffin Talkin', where we unravel the mysteries, embrace the peculiar, and find humor in the unconventional world of funerals and death. We're here with Frank.
Hi, Holly.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you? Oh.
What was that?
Well, we said it at the same time.
Oh, okay. So where's my Coke? I gotta have some.
Yeah,
Coke.
seriously.
No, I gave it up. I gotta think of something else to drink.
I need something else.
Notice, Coffiners, I said Coke, and then I turned it around and said I need something else to drink. Got it. Okay,
That's
just
right.
so you know. Just so you know that it's not the Coke powder. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's it.
Great. So that's your update.
Yeah. That is my update. What's your update?
Perfect.
I don't drink coffee.
What is actually your update? What happened to you this week?
So we have been anxiously engaged in getting things ready for the wedding.
Yes.
So I have been on a search and destroy mission for trying to find all these little peppermint sticks, stirring sticks that are candy, the soft peppermint stick.
Yeah, that you put in hot chocolate.
Yeah, you put in hot chocolate and you can stir it and use it as a stirring stick.
Yeah.
So I think that they've decided they needed like 400 of them. So I have been
400.
Yeah, so I have been going in. There are packages of 10. So I've been trying to gather and accumulate 40 packages, which has been fun, by the way. I've been talking with a lot of different people, but we did it. We've got it all there.
You got them all?
I got them all.
Oh my gosh. How does it feel?
Yeah. Liberating.
Little sad that it's over.
The next time I was in a store, the first thing I went to was the candy aisle. Sit there and hold on, I don't need these.
Wait.
I think
something's
we're good.
Missing from my life.
Yeah. And so there's that. Donuts have been ordered. So it's all clicking. We got the
it's all coming together.
Got the caterers all set up for the luncheon. It's good. It'll be good.
Good. That's so exciting. It's in a week and a half, right?
I know. 2 weeks from yesterday.
2 weeks from yesterday. Wow. Yeah. How is Scott doing? We haven't had him on the podcast because he's been busy.
I know. I told him it was time to do another question and answer, and he kind of looked like a deer in headlights. And I thought to myself, he's got too much going on. So it's all right.
He's got a lot on his plate.
He does. But he seems to be doing fine.
He's excited, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Fiance has been in New York watching a couple of stage productions. And so she'd had that planned for a long time ago. She went with a friend that she knew. And just saw some pictures the other day about what she's experiencing. Looks like a lot of fun. So
good.
That's been my life as of right now. Very, very busy.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad. But
right.
Yeah, it's okay. You're just trying to meet deadlines of everybody, and sometimes you fall just a little short. It's okay.
Huh.
Right. But that's me, Holly. What about you?
That's you. All right. I just ate half of a chocolate orange, and I'm paying for it currently. My stomach hurts so bad.
That is funny.
Ooh. Just had a big bowl of vegetable soup, really hearty, really good for you. So I just topped it off with half of a chocolate orange. And holy cow. That is that's not great. It's not great.
That is fun.
But other than that, this week I had a friend from college. She got married. Okay. So I went and saw some of my good college friends, which was so fun.
Yeah.
Which is just weird, too, because we were talking about it, and it has been 9 years since my freshman year of college.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I know.
Seems like forever ago.
I know. It doesn't seem like it should be that long ago, but
that's correct. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So weird, but
Was
I
it
mean,
good
it
to
was
see
really
them?
fun to see everyone. Yeah. Some friends that I hadn't seen for years.
Good.
So it was really great to see everyone. Super happy for her. I did bring Conrad, and he was the talk of the town. He slept the entire time. I don't know how that boy sleeps through so much.
He's a boy.
He's a boy. He's tired.
Yeah, he's tired. He's growing.
But I've learned that I need one of those little, they're coming out with these things. I guess maybe it's new. I'm just new. I mean, maybe it's been established and been a thing, but I'm just a new mom. But they have these things where it's like car seat covers for when it's raining and snowing outside. Okay. So you put it on your car seat cover and it kind of insulates your baby. And I'm learning that I need that because it was so windy and rainy when I went back to the car from that reception. And holy cow, there was no parking there. So I had to walk like, I don't know, a block. I had to walk a block. But it was really cold, really rainy. And I had to drape my jacket and all of my extra layers over the car seat so that Conrad didn't get wet or anything. And he didn't feel the effects of the cold. But I was freezing. Yes. So I had to keep him warm, which I think he was. Because, I mean, he kind of stirred when I got him in the car.
Yeah.
But he went right back to sleep. So he was warm, but I was freezing.
Oh, wow.
And turns out they make solutions for this so that doesn't happen.
For you or the baby?
For, I guess, me via the baby.
Actually, for both of you. For you, it's called a coat.
Yes.
For him, it's called a windbreak on the baby car seat.
A little car seat windbreaker.
Windbreak.
Oh, but you know what is fun is we've been starting to watch Christmas movies.
That's what we started to do.
What have you seen so far?
So, been weird ones. So, nothing that most confiners or you would be maybe familiar with. So, love the Coopers.
Oh, okay.
What was the other one? Red one. Oh my gosh, I can't remember them all. I think we've seen 5. So, and one we had to cut out of and get out of because it was just, we couldn't, acting was terrible. We just couldn't.
Was it one of these Hallmark ones?
No, it was not a Hallmark one. It was made by a independent foreign producer.
Oh.
So it was based in Hungary. And I just thought, I'll try watching this. I couldn't do it. I got maybe a quarter of the way through and I just couldn't finish it.
Huh.
Characters weren't likable. I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. It was the weirdest thing ever for me. I just couldn't do it. No. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. I will never see any of you actors again.
Oh, we're done here.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah. Okay. And then Mom put in Family. What's the one with Nicolas Cage? Family Man? The Family Man?
I don't know. I don't know any Christmas movies with Nick Cage in it.
Yeah, it's a very good one. It's Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni. Oh. Does that sound? And so it's I think it's called Family Man. So okay. Anyway, if you want to see it, look it up. It's pretty good.
You showed us up. We've only seen 2 of our list.
Which ones have you seen?
We watched White Christmas first because it snowed here.
Oh,
and
nice.
then we watched Spirited. Did you see Spirited? I couldn't remember. You had to check.
Did you have to watch it on your calendar?
Yes, on the calendar. Do you see that list? It's a list of all the movies.
Oh my gosh, I do see it. Is Spirited the one with the horse?
No.
Which one is Spirited?
That's a great one. Spirited is the one with, it's fairly new. It's with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. And it's a musical about like the Christmas Carol.
Was it good?
It's so good. We love it.
Okay.
And the music is so good. And it's just funny and cute and a feel-good one.
I'll have to look that up then. Spirited.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great. It's great. But I think that's all I got. That's really all that we're doing. We're prepping for Arizona.
Okay.
For our long trek there.
Yeah.
and back.
With a baby. Yeah.
With the babe, which he should be fine because, man, he gets in that car seat, he's out.
He knows that, yeah, I'm going to be in here a while. Might as well just rest down and get comfortable.
Yeah, seriously. Don't bother me, people. And I think he really means it because when we're stopped at lights, he will wake up and scream and be so sad and so mad. And then as soon as the car starts going, out again.
Wow.
Complete sleep.
Well,
That's
kind
guy.
of the best way to have a baby travel, actually.
I know. So we're hopeful that it goes smoothly.
Yeah, it will. It will. No reason to believe that it won't.
Yeah. But that's everything. So let's be frank.
Okay, Holly, thanks. So this starts with a little lady that was probably in her early 90s when her husband passed away, and she came through the doors of the funeral home to make arrangements for her husband. She kind of a spunky old lady, got around really well in her wheelchair. And she made it very clear that she needed pathways and everything clear for her wheelchair for her to be able to come in and make arrangements for her husband, which we did. So she and I just sat and talked for a little bit while before we got into the gravy and the nuts and bolts of the funeral service itself. And very interesting woman, and had experienced a lot in her life. And she grew up in, I guess, the early 20s of, I think she was born in 1916, if I remember correctly. And she had actually mentioned to me all the things that she had watched. Now, coffiners, those of you that may not be overly old, but are old enough to know when things come into your life, say, oh, that's kind of cool. For instance, X, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. What was that one that was started out with before Facebook, Holly? Something.
MySpace? Yeah,
MySpace. Okay, that didn't last very long. Maybe it's still around. I don't know. But didn't really last too long. But she had mentioned that now imagine this, if you will, coffiners, the advent of the radio, or at least when it came into her home, the TV, and you can imagine how far we've come with the TV, cars, and what was airplanes. I don't know if it was, she did not have an opportunity to actually fly in a plane until she was in her late or mid 60s. Only because she was afraid that they weren't actually designed well enough yet to carry people. Even though people had been flying and traveling for some time, that was what
I don't trust it.
She was still kind of nervous about it. So, but now she travels, and she pulled up in front of the funeral car, in front of the mortuary in a limousine. And that told me a little bit about her and about her lifestyle and what it is that she actually had accomplished in her life. So that being said, I use that as a foundation for the relationship between she and her husband. So when we started talking about what she wanted to do for her husband's funeral, she looked at me and she said, "How far back can I go?" And I just thought to myself, well, what does that mean? I just looked at her. What does that mean? How far back can you go? She goes, well, do we have options for different styles of funerals? And how far back can I go on that? I said, please just tell me what you're looking for.
Yeah,
and
what are you talking about?
Yeah, we'll work on it from there. She goes, I would like a horse-drawn hearse. A horse-drawn carriage hearse. Yes, a horse-drawn carriage hearse. And I said, okay, I know of one that is still in operation. And I said,
I can't believe you knew of one.
Yeah. And you know what?
One horse-drawn carriage hearse or one horse? I have a friend with a horse.
We have to lay him over the back. We can do it. We can still do it. No, this was a horse-drawn funeral hearse, carriage. And it turns out that the guy maybe came to our funeral home maybe 2 weeks before she walked in our door. So I had mentioned to her that a gentleman had come in maybe 2 weeks before she happened to come in and request it, advertising his old-style horse-drawn carriage for a casket. So she said, okay, that would be great if we could do that. She said, now, do you have any ability to get hats with feathers for all the women? And I said, so for all the women, how many women are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted 30.
Okay.
30 black hats with feather plumes for the women to wear. I said, yeah, okay, we can do that. I think I didn't know, but I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a try. Yeah. And then she goes, what about pallbearer gloves? And I said, okay, for the pallbearers, or are you wanting women to wear those as well? Well, I'm actually wanting everyone in the funeral party to wear them. And I said, oh, okay. So usually when people request pallbearer gloves, we maybe get 8 pair, but she wanted 50 pair. And Whoa. So now the order is getting bigger and bigger. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what to do with this one. She goes, no, going back to the hearse-drawn or the horse-drawn hearse carriage, how many horses are involved there?
We need at least 15.
I said, I think just one. And she said, could we have 4?
Wow.
And now in my mind, I'm thinking, geez, I don't even know what to charge this woman. I don't know what to.
I know.
These are requests that I've never really had. And I said, okay, well, I can make a note of that and I'll let you know. So then she goes, and then she makes the comment, hey, Frank, do you think that we could have 3 stretch limousines, all black? And I said, that I can do. And she goes, where do you get your limousines from? Okay, now for coffинers to know and realize something, the color is important here because her last name is black.
Ah.
And so it was very important for her to have everything in connection to her married name. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason for the request for the black. And lately, I think that the main color right now for most vehicles is white, but people like black every once in a while. So she asked for 3 black limousines. I said, okay, not a problem. And she said, they'll hold how many in each? And I said, 8. Oh, then I'm going to need a 4th.
Okay.
I said, okay, not a problem. Not a problem. So we went on ahead and continued on. We went through flowers. We went through programs. and I'm going to tell you, for all the funerals that I had arranged at that particular moment, this was going to be probably the most extravagant that I've ever arranged.
Yeah.
And she knew what she wanted and she didn't bat an eye. And I said, okay, that's fine. So this, so you know, happened about probably 30, maybe 20, 28 years ago. And one of her main concerns was that the driver be dressed in a tuxedo. The drivers of all the vehicles be dressed in tuxedos. Does
that include the horse vehicles?
Included, yeah. She wanted the gentleman driving the hearse or the horse carriage also in a tuxedo. And then she also wanted black tuxedos. And then she also wanted her husband dressed in a black tuxedo. So, okay, everything was fine. And I'm thinking to myself, now the drivers, I don't have any control over the drivers, because we rent the vehicles. And so when I called and asked to have them rented, he said, yeah, that's fine. I said, we have one stipulation. The drivers have to wear black tuxedos. And he goes, well, we don't provide tuxedos for the drivers. I said, I'm telling you, if the driver shows up without a black tuxedo, this wife will be very angry, upset that we weren't able to adhere to her wish. So I need you to tell your drivers, whatever the cost is, they need to rent a limousine or a tuxedo to wear the day of this funeral. If they're willing to drive the car, they have to be in a black tuxedo. And so anyway, that was done. The horse-drawn carriage driver says, perfect, I have one. Just no hesitation at all. Perfect,
I have one for the horse, too.
And kind of, yeah. It's all black. All of his, what are they? The bridle and what else is on the horse's
back? Bridle, the reins.
The reins, everything. Everything was black. He said, that's perfect for me. So he said, what about flowers? Are we wearing boutonnieres? And I didn't talk to her about boutonnieres for the...
Oh, no.
I said, yeah, let's
You've got to know she's going to want one. And it's going to be very specific.
Boutonnieres, corsages, whatever. The ribbons all have to be in black. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I did all white boutonnieres and corsages, and she said, "Oh, Frank, I'm so grateful you did that. I didn't even remember those." Okay, that was sweat off my brow there. So then we went on and had the services. The services were actually held in an old rock church that was borderline black but dark gray was the brick, and it wasn't brick; it was stone, and very beautiful on the inside and on the out. Very, very well manicured. And I later learned that church was owned by the family.
Oh.
And so that's why it wasn't very hard. She said, "I'll take care of the church stuff," and seated about 250. And I'm not kidding you. Every seat was full.
Really?
We still
She's
had
not going to
people
have
out.
enough limousines.
Yeah. Well, these were for mainly the main family and their spouses.
Okay.
And so they filled the church, and then we made our way to the cemetery, and the cemetery was about 2.5 miles away, all in a horse-drawn carriage.
Wow.
So it was, and you have to envision this coffin as the carriage had glass sides, and then they had the big flume feathers that were on the top of the carriage itself, because it was all enclosed.
Right.
The carriage is enclosed, but on the top. So you have to imagine the red plumes, and I hope you have that vision in your mind, or at least what I'm trying to convey, what it looked like. But this was all kind of a dark color as far as the carriage was concerned. Those plumes were black, and here we were. The gentleman driving the funeral carriage was in a top hat. He looked very debonair. I mean, it was really cool. And he allowed me to, since I was handling the services, to actually ride with him. And it was a great opportunity.
Cool.
I wasn't in a tuxedo. So I looked completely out of place, which is fine. She was fine with it. She didn't ask me to wear one, which is fine. So we get to the cemetery, and she had actually purchased, I'm going to guess, just guessing, probably 15 dozen roses of red and white. And she had her grandchildren ready and ran and grabbed the roses and started picking them apart just as quick as possible, so that his casket could be wheeled over rose petals.
So they had a lot of little flower.
Yeah. A lot of little flower petals that were spread all over the ground in the path that we were taking to get him from the casket hearse, carriage, to the gravesite.
That is so cool.
I'm going to tell you one more thing and I've waited till the last to just kind of blow your mind. And if you were driving alongside the carriage, this would have caught your eye immediately. The casket was glass. So everyone could see inside the casket.
Oh my gosh.
She had it specially made in glass, and it wasn't curved or anything like that. It was more like a rectangular cube.
Yeah.
But it was probably one of the most amazing things. If you could imagine and even think about Disney's Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, whatever the case encasement they were in the final scenes of those movies, this put it to shame, because she had beautiful roses and greenery all the way around the base of that casket. And by the time the casket was finally laid to rest in the ground and the vault top was put on top, and remember, coffiners, just because there's a vault doesn't mean that it's right on the casket. It's another enclosure that allows for the casket to be protected. But once it was done, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. And so I would guess to the point where it was so unique for me that in my mind it was totally engraven there, and I would never forget it. Now, that being done in, say, 1980, 82, 86, somewhere around there. How much do you think that would have cost, Holly? Everything that I described to you.
In today's money?
Well, no. How much do you think it would have cost then?
Oh, I have no idea then. Maybe, I don't know, 15,000, 20,000?
Okay. It was $20,000.
Okay.
is what it cost. And so she was very happy with what was done for her and for her husband. Family was very grateful. I don't know how soon after, because I had left California shortly thereafter, but I don't know how, when she passed away, if they used the same mortuary and did the same type service. I don't know. But I will never forget her and her spontaneity, her wit, her ability to still communicate at the age that she was in. I mean, totally an intellectual.
Wow.
And very, very graceful in the way that she acted and carried herself and the way she purported to care for her husband. So this one here, I look at it as, again, coffiners, we go back to, well, what can you do? What can't you do on a funeral? This one totally blew me out of the water and allowed me to still extend beyond what I could comprehend myself as far as what she wanted to do and achieve for her husband. So I think
she had a vision and you were able to carry it out.
That is correct. And so that is probably the most important part there, in recognizing that there is, if you have the means and the opportunity to request, always request, because you never know. I always tell people, why don't you ask me? The worst I can do is say no.
Right, exactly.
Let us know what we can do for you. So anyway, that's today's story. And I wanted to tell that story only because we get into our mind a pigeonhole as far as what we think can and cannot be done at a funeral, and what a funeral specifically should look like. And this broke all those bounds, all those bonds, all those boundaries.
Bounce.
Yeah. bouncy.
Bounce.
The boundaries of a funeral, of what we would consider a normal funeral. And so I'll never forget that. I'll never forget her. And I kept in touch with her until I left. And so real nice lady. I hope she wouldn't still be around, but I hope that she's where she needs to be.
I hope she got the exact same funeral.
That would have been
with the same. I'm going to call them accessories.
Yeah, same accessories, exactness. Yeah, as far as what she requested and wanted.
Yeah.
So and it's funny that a lot of her children thought that she was going overboard, and she said,
Did they really?
Yes, they even vocalized it, and she said, "I'm doing this for me and for your father." So made it very clear she was the one in charge. So it was very interesting. But,
wow.
But the casket, I've never seen anything like it since. Yeah. And I probably never will again.
Right. Because you just have it specially made.
Yep. And all of a sudden it was I said, what about in the arrangement? What about caskets? I'm taking care of that. Oh, okay. And that's another thing, coffiners. You don't have to buy it from the funeral home. You can order, like now they've got caskets on Costco. Amazon probably carries them. You can find caskets anywhere. And as long as the funeral home's willing to bring it in, then you can get it anywhere you want. And so when it came in, I go, this can't be true.
There's no way.
Yeah. How in the world? And see, it came with an epoxy seal.
Wow.
With that glue. And so the back end was completely opened. We slid him in. And we had to make sure everything was ready, because once he was in, it was sealed, and there was
he's not coming out.
That's right, and we're not going back in. So,
oh my gosh,
it was very interesting for me. And
it shows up, and you're going, "Who ordered the massive Tupperware?"
Exactly.
Someone got a big lunch today.
And that's cool, because this isn't foggy or frosted. It's clear.
Yeah, wow. See exactly how much you have left.
Yeah, wow. Oh, man. But that's the other thing. And when I think of this story, I always think of the parachute behind the car. And I always think, what the people must have been thinking about that. But then this one here, I think was probably more of an awe experience. Meaning, oh my gosh, I can't believe that they're actually doing that. So, yeah, it was very good. Either one was very good.
It's amazing.
And just so that you know the customization of funerals that can happen and be. So anyway, that's that story, Holly. Any additional comments or concerns?
No concerns. This lady sounds incredible.
She's really nice. She was really
I hope
nice.
to be like her one day.
I'm going to tell you something too. I have a kerosene lamp sitting on my dresser that was given to me by her.
No way.
Yeah. And do you remember that? Do you remember the wind-up clown
Yes.
the musical clown? That was also given to me by her.
Wow. So she was kind of eclectic, but in a very classic style.
Yeah. And she said that the kerosene lamp was actually in the office of one of the presidents in the White House before it got electricity.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I thought, oh my gosh, that's really nice. So it was very kind.
Do you know what her husband did? How did they have this money?
I do. He was actually, yes.
Was he the president of the United States?
No. He actually was a car salesman and owner of car dealerships. Yep.
Wow. And he just did very well.
Very well. In Southern California, he had 5 dealerships.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was a car salesman, and she chose to have a horse-drawn carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she hated the cars.
I don't think that's it, because he was also a collector of cars. And
really?
So I think that his want to be part of the old nostalgia within cars made her think that maybe the horse-drawn carriage would take him far enough back to where he would feel comfortable being transferred to a cemetery like that, as opposed to an old, because hearses aren't, I mean, the hearses are pretty old, but they don't, in her mind, I just think in talking with her, I think she just thought he would feel much more comfortable knowing that he's going back to the grave in an as old a vehicle as possible.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Also, he had some government contracts with the military that had, I don't know for sure because she wouldn't tell me specifics, but she alluded to the fact of armoring. And I think that he was the one that actually piloted the armoring. I don't know that for sure, but just from what my conversations with her was, I think that's where they got most of their money, is from those government contracts, in being able to reinforce the penetrability of the vehicles so that they were more, what do I want to call them?
Protected? I don't know. Reinforced?
Yeah, but what is it called? I mean, there's a name. Anyway,
Teflon?
It doesn't matter. No, it's not Teflon. No, what is it? Bulletproof. Oh my gosh. Mom, you have no idea, when I said that, my brain just kind of relaxed.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's bulletproof. So I think he had a lot to do with that, or at least sat in on councils that helped the military and reinforce their vehicles so that they were safer.
Wow.
So anyway, that's what I think. That's where I think most of their money came from.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
This reminds me of, when I was living in Houston, we had an old couple that we visited, and they were the most classy people in the world.
Okay.
And it was like a high rise in Houston, super nice apartment, very old timey, classic, always playing classical music when we walked in, very nice furniture. And they went abroad frequently. Okay. And so they went to Switzerland one time, and she knew that I loved cheese.
Oh, wow.
And she brought me back this amazing block of Swiss cheese, and it was the most delicious thing. And so I imagine that that's how this lady was.
Probably. Yeah.
She gave everyone she loved tuxedos. Or horses.
Oh, that's an interesting comment, because I think the tuxedos had to be returned. Except the one he was wearing. And I think she probably ended up saying, can I have it for one more week?
Can we get that back?
Oh my gosh. Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love that. I hope to, if not participate in a funeral like that, I hope to see it.
So listen, there is out there right now, there are coffiners. So, there is that same type carriage that is pulled by motorcycles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Very
so,
cool.
yeah, it is interesting. I've seen pictures. I've never seen it actually used, but I have seen pictures where where the actual motorcycle is hooked up to that hearse drawn carriage and pulls the hearse or pulls the casket to the cemetery instead of a hearse. So it's very cool. And I think that a lot of bikers would jump on that and use that. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. I don't know that I have any other comments other than I wish I met this lady and her husband. They sound incredible.
Yeah. And that's what I told her too. Her name starts with a J, but I said to her, I said, Mrs. Black, and I never use names. So please forgive me if anyone for the Black family knows what story I'm talking about. But I said, it sounds to me like your husband and I could have been friends. So just by the way we're talking and by the way you described him and what he did and how he enjoyed life, I think we could have been friends. Mm-hmm. So anyway, she said, and she taps and grabs my hand and does that little tap.
Little tap.
She says, yeah, Frank, I wish you'd have known him too. I said, okay.
Oh,
that's what I said.
So cute.
Oh, that is cute. Whatever.
Sweet.
It is. Anyway. Okay. So that's today's story.
Great. Well, then, Coffners, thank you for listening for another week.
Thanks for joining us. And we
will see you next week.
Thanks, Holly. Tell them how they can get a hold of us if they want to.
If you have any responses, questions, comments, concerns, stories for us, please email us at coffintalkingpodcast@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram at coffintalking.
Thanks, Holly.
Thanks. See you next time.
Love you. Thanks, Coffiners. Bye.